Hey everyone! I hope everybody is having a beautiful day so far whenever you're watching this. Today's video is going to be on avoidance, which is a very tricky topic for me to talk about, mostly because it's one of my main issues, so I feel like it's something that I should share with all of you and how I kind of deal with it. But first, I did want to apologize for my previous video that I posted last week. It was actually a 12-minute video, but 6 minutes of it ended up posting. I guess it was from the whole uploading from my iPhone type of thing, but I actually deleted the video because it was taking up so much space on my phone, so I do not have that to re-upload. However, I did post everything that I mentioned in my video on my blog, so I'll put a link in the down bar. So unfortunately I can't re-upload, and I do apologize for that, but hopefully the first 6 minutes were good. So I hope everybody is having a great day, like I said, and I'm going to be talking about avoidance. And when I talk about avoidance, I'm talking about anything that you're putting off doing, whether it's talking to someone because you had a fight or a falling out, or just because you're feeling socially anxious, you're avoiding talking to people, or if you're avoiding a problem at school or at work, or if you like have bad grades or something and you're avoiding that, or if you're avoiding doing something that you know you have to do, like spend less money or pay off your credit cards, or even start a healthy lifestyle. If you're avoiding all of these things, avoidance is never good, but it's definitely something that I struggle with because it's painful to deal with things that we don't want to deal with. So for example, let's say you are currently in debt. You have, let's say, $1,000 on your credit card and you have no way of paying all of that off, but you just keep spending money and keep spending money, and you don't put a plan in action because it makes you anxious when you think about it. And the problem is just going to get worse. It's just kind of simple common knowledge, but when you're in a situation and you have a problem, it can be really difficult to see that and to see what you need to change, and that facing your problem head on will definitely help you more than just sitting back and not doing anything about it, because that's going to make it 10 times worse, and it always does. So this might be hard for you to realize the things that you are actually avoiding. So for example, let's say you haven't been going to school because you've been getting really bad anxiety, or you've been depressed and you missed too much school. So most people, when they're in that mindset of being depressed and maybe anxious, are then not going to face that problem. They're not going to go to school, and they're just going to let everything kind of fall apart, and then you, in a way, in your head, then you're justifying it to yourself. You'd be like, well, everything's falling apart, so I can just stay here. But there are so many things that you can do if you were just a little bit proactive and a little bit preventative. There are many ways that you can prevent bad situations from happening, and it's all about having control of your life, which can be difficult to do because there are a lot of things that you can't control in your life. You can't control other people's actions, you can't control outside circumstances, but what you can control is your reaction to situations and your reaction to other people, and anything that happens to you. If you take it head on, you're going to become stronger and become a better person from that, and your life is going to run so much smoother. It's taken me such a long time to realize that my actual problem was avoiding it. And just a little side note, that is what I had most trouble with when I went to therapy. But I would avoid my problems all week, and then when I went to see my therapist, I would just kind of let it out and just like talk about my problems, and then afterwards I would be like, I feel miserable, I feel terrible because I have spent the whole week avoiding things, and then after my appointment I felt really bad and really upset, but then an hour later I felt better because I had a game plan that I made with my therapist, and I was able to kind of regain control of the situation and have somebody else tell me not to avoid things, and this is what you need to do to get out of this situation. And sometimes you do need that. Sometimes you need that outside person telling you, look, this is what you have to do, and you need to do it. You need to come up with a game plan. So that is important, having either a therapist or a counselor or a teacher at school even, or your parents or your significant other or a friend, just somebody to bounce ideas off of, so that they can be like, look, let's write this down, let's make a plan, and let's do this so that your situation doesn't get worse. So also, another reason to not avoid things and situations is because they manifest into depression and anxiety. So when you're avoiding things, you are subconsciously allowing yourself to be depressed, and things make you anxious because you aren't controlling things in your life. And I hope that makes sense. But like, for example, if you're getting anxious about going to school because you haven't been in 2 weeks. That's because you've been avoiding going to school for 2 weeks. You've been avoiding doing something that you have to do. Or if you get anxious thinking about your finances, it's because you've been avoiding paying your bills. You've been avoiding just being financially stable altogether. So there are so many different situations. I just feel like I could talk about this forever because I used to do this all the time. I would literally avoid everything. If I got into a fight with someone, I would cut them off because I didn't want to deal with that emotional stuff. I would just be like, okay, done. But that's not healthy. And if I want that person in my life, I can't just push people away. That's not going to help anybody. That's not going to help me. That's not going to help them. And especially if you still want them in your life, if they're family members, if it's your significant other, you cannot push people away because you want to avoid emotions, or if you want to avoid just emotional situations. You cannot do that. That is so not healthy. We need to be open and honest and communicate. And like I always say, write things down. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just write down everything you're feeling overwhelmed about, step away from it for a few minutes, and come back and be like, okay, now let's tackle this one by one. And it can really be anything. There's so many things that can be avoided that didn't make any sense. There's so many things that we avoid in our lives to shield ourselves from that emotional distress, but if we just face them head on, they wouldn't be problems to begin with. So there are many preventative things that we can do in order to not have to avoid bad situations, and things like, you know, keeping up on your finances, which is a huge one. And I see this so much, and I get a lot of emails about it, which is why I'm focusing on it. When people are in a lot of debt and they're just like, I'm just so overwhelmed, I just don't know what to do. And it's like, well, you need a game plan. You need a plan of action. You can't just leave it there and gaining more interest. Like, that's just the perfect situation. It's just getting worse and worse the longer you leave it. So you have to, even if you pay like $100 on $1,000, that will make yourself feel better, because it's like, okay, now it's less. Now I can, you know, deal with this in tiny baby steps. I always talk about tiny baby steps, but that is super, super important. So like I said before, this can also have to do with lifestyle choices and things like that. So if you want to quit smoking, but you avoid thinking about quitting smoking because it's too hard or it's too difficult, you just need to do it. I want you to pause this video right now. And I know this is stupid and I never do these things when people say them to me, but I'm telling you right now to pause this video and go do something that you've been avoiding doing. If it's texting a friend that you got into a fight with, if it's looking at your credit card bill because you haven't been able to bear to look at it because you're so scared of what it says, if it's talking to your parents, if it's, you know, eating an apple instead of a bag of chips, just do something to help yourself and to further yourself into a healthy and honest and open and happy lifestyle. I want you to think of things, maybe just write them down right now. Maybe you can't do these things right now, but if you can just write them down and say, this is what I'm avoiding and this is what I really need to do. If you've been putting off applying for grad school, or if you've been putting off applying for college because I don't know why you would wait. Just do things now. We aren't alive forever, and you should be wanting to make your life the happiest you can possibly make it. So just do things now. It's never going to be a perfect time, and you can't wait for things to fall apart. You need to take control of your life. I often feel anxious because I feel like I don't have control, but then I realize I have more control than I realize. I can control my reaction to everything in this world. I can control my actions to a T. And once you realize that, you realize, yeah, I can take these things on. I might not be able to control the outcome, but I can control what I do. And it makes you a stronger person, because once you faced it once, you're like, yeah, now I know what to do not to get into the situation because I've already done it and I know how to get myself out. So it makes you so much stronger in the end. And that is so important to realize, that even though things might suck right now, it's going to get better when you put in a little bit of effort. Like I said, baby steps. Even if you start little and you get big, but they will never be a perfect time. Like, things aren't just going to fall into place. You need to look at yourself and be like, I need to do this now, because if I don't, I'm never going to. You know, you're not going to, even if you're avoiding, like, going on vacation, like, if you always say, oh, well, when I lose 20 pounds or when I make, you know, this much money a year, just do it. Just go and have a good time and just make yourself happy. And that is just what life is about, and that's what is the most important. And my number one thing is, when you're avoiding, don't avoid people. You need people. I know we push people away and we avoid people when we're feeling anxious or depressed, but we need them there to help us, even if it's just someone to give you a hug, someone that's going to tell you that it's going to be okay. Don't avoid people. If somebody texts you, text them back. If somebody calls you, call them back. If somebody wants to come over and have a conversation, have people around, have people that love you and support you, because if they're reaching out to you, you never know, that might have been really difficult for them to do. And then if you're not returning their calls or their texts, then they're upset because it took a lot for them to text you, and then you're upset because, and it's just never good. So just be conscious of other people and just love other people, be around other people, and start today. There's no reason why you can't start not avoiding things now. So I guess that's my PSA for today. I really hope this helped you guys. I kind of went everywhere, but I really hope that I got my point across. That avoiding things is never good, and I know everybody does it, but it's something that we can really, truly avoid. We can avoid avoiding things if we're preventative, if we just tackle things head on, and it will make you a stronger person. I promise you that. It'll make you a better person. It'll make your life more fulfilled, and you will be happier and healthier, and you will just feel wonderful. So I hope everybody is, again, having a great day. Let me see, I went through everything that was on my list, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.